Hello and welcome everyone to the monthly download. It is December 2018 and this is the Ezoic monthly look at all the things going on in Ezoic. Shelby, what do we have going on?
Yeah, so we have a couple platform updates. The first one is our Ezoic Community.
Yeah, so we've got a brand new community available for Ezoic users that have been using the platform for more than 45 days. So now, if you navigate into your Ezoic dashboard, up on the right-hand side of the top menu, you'll see a bar that says Community. And once you go in there, you can interact with all the other Ezoic users. And there are a lot of interesting things to do in there, right, Shelby?
Yeah, you can communicate with some other people on buying or selling a website if that's what you're interested in. It's also a way to kind of communicate with writers and freelancers if you're looking for more content for your website.
It's also a place where you can kind of share ideas around the latest in SEO, social media, events, and coordinate meetups with other publishers. So it's really designed to be a community that is kind of an outlet where a lot of other like-minded digital publishers are gathering and sharing information, and then obviously a place to interact with the Zoic folks as well, right?
Right. The second update that we have this month is a new report in Big Data Analytics. So you can now pull reports based off of author, publishing date, and category.
So this is a really great report that you can pull out of big data analytics. It will allow you to organize things like engagement time or engagement percentage or EPMV by author or category. And this is really helpful because it will allow you to see which of your writers or which of your topics that you might be writing about are producing the most revenue per visitor or producing the most engaged sessions. And so this is a really great thing to understand if you're paying freelance writers or working on trying to figure out a content calendar for the new year. So these are really helpful insights to have, right?
Definitely. So the second topic we have are ad rates and our current quarter. So as we saw, Black Friday was a record-setting day. So what are some things that publishers should do to take advantage of this and do during December?
Right. So we always want to kind of give our publishers the best advice we can for the respective month. This month of the monthly download happens to fall in December, which is in Q4. And we published a video earlier this month highlighting for publishers the exact actions that they should be taking to get the most out of this kind of really surging time for ad rates. And one of the things we had mentioned, if you're an Ezoic publisher, is to ensure that your placeholders are optimized on your website. So this means adding lots and lots of placeholders across both the desktop and mobile versions of your site. More placeholders doesn't mean more ads will show. It just gives the Ezoic testing platform more opportunities to test different locations. And when the marketplace is very, very competitive like it is right now, it gives you a lot more opportunity. And one of the things we see publishers miss out on often is the mobile version of their site. So you can navigate to the mobile version of your site and kind of take a look at it to make sure that you have enough placeholders on the mobile version of your site as well. That being said, it's also a really good time to increase your traffic to Ezoic because of this kind of competition that is taking place. Ezoic really thrives in that environment, so it's a good opportunity there as well. And the other thing that I mentioned in the video is the ability to share seasonal content across places like Quora and Reddit that are getting a lot of traffic right now. It's a good strategy in general, but this time of year when traffic is worth more than ever before, it's a really good chance to really brush up on your ability to share on those places. And if you'd like to learn more about content sharing this time of the year or ad rates and placeholders, you can go check out the video that we shot last week on this particular topic and dive a little bit deeper.
So the last topic we have today is our featured best practice, which is our caching app. So what is it and how do you use it?
So the Ezoic Caching app is one of the applications inside of our app store that allows you to implement caching and CDN best practices on your website. So when I say caching and CDN, what is it that you think of, Shelby?
I typically think of speed.
That's right. So a CDN essentially helps you deliver your website more efficiently to visitors across the world, right? So right now, instead of having your site hosted in one single location where visitors from all over the world would have to access the version of your site from there, a CDN distributes it across all of the globe to different data centers where people can access the site even faster. And so the caching app allows you free access to a CDN if you don't already have one, and implements caching best practices on your website. If you'd like to set rules because your site has specific ways that you publish content that you'd like to implement, the caching app provides you with easy ways to set up those rules. Now, one of the things that we see often with the caching app is publishers will turn it on, but because we ignore any of our settings in favor of the cache header settings on your website, oftentimes the best practices don't get implemented. And so what this means is that Ezoic will always defer to any preferences that your site has set. So it's really important, if you have the caching app turned on, to double check with your account manager to make sure that you don't have cache header settings that are forcing your site to essentially be delivered slower or not have best practices in place. And so we found this before with multiple publishers where the caching app was on, but because we were adhering to the rules that they had set on their site, the best practices weren't going out. So number one, if you're not using the caching app, you should definitely turn it on and take advantage of our free CDN and speed up your website and set any rules that you need to set. But if you are using it right now, it's worth double checking to make sure that it's operating properly on your website. And I think that's it for best practices on the caching app.
And that's it for all the updates we have this month.
Well, thank you for joining us this month for the Ezoic monthly download for the month of December. We want to wish you happy holidays and a happy new year as we move into January 2019. I want to thank you for being an Ezoic publisher this year. Thank you for joining us on the monthly download.